doing well. The book is finally ready. I'm very excited. I have the book that I actually am paying homage to my homage to the ancestors and past kinfolks for their work. I started off in the Sanctified Church, the Holiness Church, Pentecostal Church, Charismatic Church, Evangelistic Church, known as the COGIC. And there's no affiliation whatsoever with my platform, with the BM8 platform or High Priestess Maven at all, just to let you know. But I actually am dedicating the book that I started, that I put out for them on their behalf, because I just want to thank them, send them out some real serious love for all that they've been able to, through my life, been able to rear me in, all of my knowledge in spiritualism. It came through the Kojic church, honestly. We did not practice as I practice now. I was not considered a high priestess. I developed into a prophetess within the sanctified church. However, I do know that they were very instrumental in doing so many different things for me and my walk, and helping with that discipline. Basically, there's a discipline that comes from being sanctified church, especially growing up in the sanctified church and having people around you that are deeply rooted within the sanctified church. So, what this book offers is for people to have a chance to see how the sanctified church was very well organized in helping with the black spiritual movement in the late 1800s, in on North American soil in the late 1800s, and early 1900s on into up into today. So, of course, it's not at all affiliated once again with BM8 platform or with me at this time. I just wanted to share that my footprints hit the my family, that is my bloodline. We were able to have our footprints come through that congregation. Many of them are still there. Hi there. Hi there. I got some people coming in on the live, but we're talking about the Sanctified Church and my affiliation at one point with them. Of course, I decided as I became an adult and started working in spiritualism, that I would, take a different route, but I will always be very, very grateful to the Sanctified Church and all that they were able to contribute to High Priestess Maven, especially my mom. She was really instrumental in helping with me being reared. I am from the Midwest of the U.S. So, in the Midwest in the U.S., we were very much deeply rooted in the Black church. So, what that did was it helped us to have a covering, if I could put it that way, a place for us to congregate and also to be protected. There were many things going on in the late 1800s, early 2000. I'm sorry, late 1800s, early 1900s, within on North American soil, and this book is the actual Kojic history series that came from that time. This book is from the archives of ships, which is an organization that we have to preserve the spiritual rights and Black spirituality within the U.S. and abroad. So it's called Sacred Heritage International Preservation Society is what the acronym stands for, SHIPS. And we are heavily into preserving the memories of our ancestors. And this is a perfect month for it because we're calling it the Heritage and History Month for Black people. So we're in the Midwest and of the U.S., closer to Chicagoland, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, even within that particular area at the Great Lakes. So someone's asking, where are you from? So I allow the chat to go forward, and because this is a special time, it's a very special time because this book is so important. It's called When the Saints Go Marching, and before it was a football team, the Saints referred to those who in the COGIC Church, or at that time it was called the Sanctified Church, the Holiness Church. So before it was a football team, it was the saints, the actual saints. And we called ourselves saints within that organization. Goodbye. We're talking about, this is a platform that talks about spirituality of black folk. Folk just means community. That's how we that's where that comes from. Kinfolk means kindred folks. So it's a heritage word. However, yes, we have a deep root within the sanctified church. I'm not sure where people are coming from on here. It's not, definitely not. Please, please, please. But we have a deep root within the sanctified church. And as a priestess at this point, I would be considered a prophetess within the sanctified church. And I also have a tie-in with the spirituality of the black church. And the reason why the book, When the Saints Go Marching, is so important is because it was work of my mom. When she was in the church, one of the griots and the wisdom keepers and the history keepers, and I was able to find it when I was taking care of her affairs. My mom has transitioned. She is with the ancestors, and I just send so much love out to her. But this book is a way to document the movement of Black spirituality within the Black church and how it all tied in together. There's really rich history in it. I'm going to get a chance to read over the information that is on the website, which is www.BibleMagick8 .com. That is the website where you can be able to obtain a book. This is history. This is serious history. This comes right from the children of the pioneers that started this movement with the Sanctified Church, which we now know as COGIC. And those who know, some people say COGIC, but those who know the history of it, then you would be able to find this information very easily. I don't feel led to really say what COGIC stands for, but those who know, then we will be able to do that. So we have some people that are here that is not really on point. I don't know how to do this blocking. Let me see here. I was going to try to get them. Yeah, we're being haunted. We talked about that on another situation. I started to take the comments off because we're being haunted. I might have to, let me see here. I think I'm going to do another live and take, well, no, I'm not. No, we're going to use this for for lessons of how we're haunted on these particular sites by those who are onward spirits. A lot of these energies don't want to cross over, so they'll come upon us and, just kind of zonk right in. But actually, it's a great segue for the Sanctified Church. The Sanctified Church is where I learned a lot about spiritual entities and how to do what we call warfare, WARFARE, warfare in the spirit realm. So with things like this. So, honey, if you would be in the congregation in the Sanctified Church, baby, we will run you completely out of there. Oh yeah. So, but for whatever reason, we've been turned into a football team, the Saints, and that this is what we get. So I'm gonna keep this actually in here. I'm gonna keep this within our the meeting that we had here tonight about when the saints go marching, because it's time. We're having a 7 planets will align this week as we know it. We are in a changing of the guards. I am considered to be a Sibyl. I walk the office of a Sibyl as a priestess, and I am definitely one of the cosmic judges. So we're going to let this go on and continue. We're going to be able to use this as our lesson within our lesson plan to show people where we've gone since the Saints turned into a football team. So the Saints we were considered saints within the Sanctified Church. So we were able to really knock out a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't right when we had our own land, when we had our own language, when we had our own spirituality, and when we had our own names. But things shifted, and now we're going to be, we're seeing things like this, but we're now going to be doing some changes at this alignment of the planets. So since I am one of the Sibyls in charge of that type of ushering and changing of the guards, thank you so much for showing me your I won't, well, I'm in the office of a prophetess right now, so I won't say the things that the priestess can say. So, but we thank you. You came out and we see where people need assistance. So that's why these Sibyls are back and we are walking in our full positions to make sure that we are going to be taking care of a lot of this type of work. The saints are back. The saints had never really left, but there was a certain era and a point of time on the a point on the timeline that things had to kind of unfold so that we can know without a shadow of a doubt that our work is so very, very needed at this point. So, but yes, When the Saints Go Marching, that is out right now. It's a book that is dedicated to the ancestors and the past kinfolk who were responsible for the souls, especially in the South in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It talks about the shift of how we went from a certain spirituality moving into the current spirituality that we're in today, and we're just going through. It's documenting that movement. So SHIPS, Sacred Heritage International Preservation Society, preserves those memories, that legacy, heritage, history, and culture. And since we are in the February month of 2025, where we're actually reverencing the ancestors and we're shifting the guards here, we got the keys to be able to open up several different portals and doors and time capsules. So this is one of them. This is our very first book through this platform. And we're going to be able to allow people to see who we are and who we've always been. So this information is readily available on the website, www.BibleMagick8.com. Now here's how it's spelled. Bible, B-I-B-L-E, that's B as in boy, I-B as in boy, L-E. Magic is spelled with a K because it's ceremonial magic, M-A-G-I-C-K. And the numeral 8.com. That is where you'll be able to pick up a copy, download it. It's available for download. And it's a copy of When the Saints Go Marching, when the saints were actually what we consider to be saints within the Holiness movement, Pentecostalism, sanctified church, get it? Sanctified. And also charismatic, COGIC or COGIC. So this is High Priestess Maven, HP Maven as well. We thank you so much for following us here and all of our day ones. You know who you are. Very happy to be here in this next leg of the journey as we continue to move forward. So I am here as a time capsule. I'm here to tell you about my memories of the past so that you can make sense of your present as you move into the future. All right, all the best to you in progress. Okay, so again, BibleMagick8.com. Pick up your copy, please. Everybody needs to get this. This is a history, a rich history of the pioneers of the sanctified church and the movement that's going forward as we clean up some things cosmically, as we have this shift of the 7 planets aligning in its time. All right. Okay, this is the Sybil in charge of the cosmic justice, and everyone who is not on board with that, thank you. You're very beautiful. I appreciate that. See, anyone can turn that soul around. All right. All the best to you in progress. I'm going to leave out now.